Hi, I'm Mark from ESE Direct. Today we're looking at our range of anti-static or ESD workbenches. So ESD, that's standing for electrostatic dissipative. So that's going to be most effective in an environment where you're working on components that have got electronic circuitry. Operators naturally have static charge within them, and you don't want that static charge getting into the product that you're working on, especially if they're complicated electronic devices. So how do we achieve that? The bench comes with a variety of worktops which will achieve this static dissipative process. The one we're looking at today is called lamstat. This is a laminated surface, but it has properties within it which will help dissipate this natural static charge. When you're working at a bench like this, you'll use a wrist strap, and I have one just over here. And with this wrist strap, you can connect with a wire from the bench to yourself, and that will help ground the electricity or the static charge that's within all of us. So the wire comes from the wrist strap, it goes to a point here, and then there's some wiring underneath which you would then connect up to a service duct that we'll look at shortly. These benches come in two different leg configurations. The one we're looking at today is the four-legged version, but there's also a cantilever leg design. We're showing some accessories underneath, which is the 3-drawer unit. That's also available as a 2-drawer or a single-drawer unit, and a cupboard the other side. And it's worth remembering that when you order a bench as a standard product, you simply get the bench. If you need the accessories, you order those as separate items. So how does it come? When a bench like this is delivered, the top will be separately packaged, and the framework underneath will be delivered separately as well. To put it together, it's a simple 1- or 2-man operation to put together. It will probably take in the region of 15-20 minutes to fully assemble a bench like this. One of the great things about this range of benches is the availability of some quite interesting accessories. So with regard to the anti-static properties, if you have an electrical service duct like this one, you can have that wired up by your own electricians so that you've got, as standard in fact, 2 twin electrical outlets. What you can also do is connect a product like this, and again this will help with the connection of you through the wristband and the wire through to the service duct to dissipate away that static charge that you want to protect your electronic items from. The next range of accessories are more dependent on rear support legs, so let's have a look at those next. Other accessories that are available with the workbench might rely on rear support posts. So these come in 2 heights. There's a 760 version and an 1180 version. If you are simply looking to put a rear storage panel on the back, then the shorter leg will work fine, and even an upper shelf will be fine on the shorter legs, the 760s. But if you're looking to use a light or tool support rail, then you need the taller legs, the 1180s. So here we've got in place the zinc plated louvered panel and pin board. So with the pin board, that's going to be handy if you want to put any assembly details right in front of you for a product you might be working on the bench. And the zinc plated louvered panel, these are designed so that you can hang small parts containers. So if you're doing some assembly work and there's lots of small components, those are all going to be stored easy to hand. Now I mentioned the fact that this one is zinc plated. That's important because there's better static dissipative property in the zinc finish than there is in a painted finish. Okay, next we've got upper shelves. So if you're buying a static dissipative bench, you're going to want a static dissipative upper shelf. So here we are with the lamstat again. All of these accessories are really simple to fit. They simply slot into these punchings in the rear support legs, and the rear support legs are made of steel box section, so they're really strong. So we're now showing the light and tool support rail, so dual function for this product. The rails here will allow you to hang balanced tools. So if there's a piece of equipment that you're using within the assembly process for the product that you're working on, they can be stored overhead and just pulled down for you to work on, and then they can recoil back up to the toolbar out of the way. The other function that this meets is it provides a place for you to put a fluorescent light. So this is a product that is available from our range and simply fits on to the light and tool rail, but they are two separate products. And with all of the electrical items that come with the bench, such as the light or the service duct, those need to be wired by an on-site electrician. So there's a range of sizes that the bench comes in as standard. The height, which is most common, is 840, and there's some adjustment on these adjustable feet in the bottom of the legs. The other heights that are available are 760 if you wanted a slightly shorter version, or 920 if you need a little bit of extra height. In terms of the length and the width, we're showing the 1500 by 750. The actual overall size of the top is 1505 millimeters long and 755 millimeters deep front to back. But there are other options. There's a 1200 long, the 1500 like this one, and then an 1800 long as well. And in the depth, there's a shorter depth at 600, and then a longer depth than this one, being 750 at 900. So here at ESE Direct, we sell an awful lot of this particular bench range. And I think one of the reasons for that is it's made in the UK, in a factory in the West Midlands, and it's made of really quality, well-painted steel components. So it's really strong, it's easy to assemble, and it will give a long length of service. Thank you for watching, and if you do need any further assistance or advice, just call the number on the screen and one of the technical sales team will be really happy to help you. So thanks again for watching, and see you next time.